Hear me okay? Can y'all
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
see me
can
can
okay?
see
Hear me?
I
see
can
and hear
hear
All
you.
right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, good early day. I'm looking for my notes. Good early day. All right, so we're gonna talk about it. And we show up because it takes a village, not just for kids. It takes strong community to remind each other who we are, where we're going, and what we're capable of becoming. In this community, we level up daily, we level up mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and I like to think most importantly, intentionally. All right, so today's topic is the sweet lie we've been told about sugar. All right, so this sugar research it shocked me a little bit, and stick around, find out what I found out on what's wrong with the type of sugars and what sugar does to your body. Um, what you may have heard if you watched like previous meetups on the labs on YouTube side or just hanging out with us in the on the Zooms is my dad passed away at age 67, and I talked about that before, and how my grandfather he died in his late 80s, and it was like a 20-year difference. But what you didn't know, um, and haven't heard from that story is my grandfather had severe Alzheimer's. I remember seeing him at a local Sam's Club in my neighborhood. If you don't know, if you ain't from this area, just a store. It's like an extension of Walmart or whatever. But I seen him as a young adult in the store, and I walked up to him, and he looked right at me, and he couldn't even recognize who I was. He didn't remember me, and that moment stuck with me. At the time, I had heard about him having Alzheimer's. I didn't really understand it. I wasn't diving into, health and research and stuff. I just thought it was one of them things that was genetic. So it always kind of stuck back in my mind that I would get it one day, or it was a possibility because of genetics that I could get it. Um, but at the time, I didn't think too much more into it when it came to him and his Alzheimer's. I just thought it was like, dang, that's messed up. He don't even remember who I am. But after my dad passed away, I started researching health. Certain things started to hit me. It turns out that what sugar does to your body made me recall that particular incident. When I was doing this research for today's meetup, it made me think about like that. Like, what if the information I found out today was the reason why he had Alzheimer's, or it developed to that stage where he couldn't even remember his own grandson, his grandkids. All right, and that's the reason why I'm sharing this information for today's topic. On top of that, I'm gonna say that to later on. Uh, but yeah, so tell me if 2 plus 2 equals 4, or am I tripping with this information that we talk about today? Tell me if 2 plus 2 equals 4. Let me know if this kind of adds up to you the way it feels like it's adding up for me. All right. So did you know this? Did you know that sugar, when you eat it, a donut, Pop Tart, piece of bread, don't matter, Kool Aid, Dr. Pepper, all that. Did you know that when you swallow sugar, it's been known for 70 years that it goes inside your bone marrow and it suppresses within 45 minutes of you eating your body's ability to produce white blood cells that fight infections like bacteria, yeast, viruses, funguses, and parasites. Did you know that? I didn't know that. So I looked up this up recently, like it within the last few hours. Like I ain't been getting no sleep, like doing the research just to bring it to y'all. And that's why I was telling Madonna here, like, this is helping me just as much as it might help someone else, this type of information. Because I really didn't know that, y'all. All right, so did you know that it shuts off your immune system, and what makes you more that makes you more acceptable to those viruses and infections? Did you know that they compare sugar uh to prednisone, and prednisone is a steroid. And did you know that its job is to suppress your immune system? And in fact, it's called the immune system depressant, that prednisone. Did you know that sugar suppresses your immune system more than Prednisone does? And it's like that's what I ain't know too. I have heard stories that sugar addiction is more addictive than like crack cocaine. I did hear that. I don't know. Have y'all ever heard something like that? Like rid of sugar out people's diet, like they be addicted to it. Like it's harder to get rid of eating sugar. Have y'all heard something like that? It's more addictive than crack than cocaine. Have y'all
Yeah,
heard that?
that's
Okay,
a well known fact.
okay, all right. So there's a lot of sugars that are bad for the brain, and that's what I found out doing this research. They mentioned aspartame. Like I never heard of that. I just found out recently, like looking this stuff up for this to have some content to talk to y'all about. There was a 9 year old study in France. They followed 100,000 people for 9 years, and what they found was that when they ate food and drinks that with artificial sweeteners, they had a 69% increased risk of type 2 diabetes. Now, type 2 diabetes is a major risk of Alzheimer's disease. And by consuming certain sugars, that can increase factors long term, which can increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease. So that's that 2 plus 2 equals 4 I was talking about. Like, okay, yeah. Like, what if my grandfather, who has severe Alzheimer's, stayed away from the sugars? Would he would he not had it? That's what I'm saying. Like, what's going on? All right, so this might be okay. It's my notes. This might be the worst, and I see it in everything. I don't know why I wrote that, but anyway, it's high fructose. Okay. This is the next one. Okay, this might be yeah. That's why I wrote it. This might be the worst, and I see it in everything. High fructose corn syrup. Any processed food or food you eat that says high fructose corn syrup, and last time I checked, it's in everything. Like when I, especially when I go to the gas station, and it'd be like I'll be after a hard day's of work. I'm like, oh, I just want something sweet. You know what I'm saying? I just want to go. I'll take home and relax. I usually my go-to used to be, but I don't do it as much. An ice cream sandwich from the gas station with a Snickers bar, maybe some M&Ms, and I go in there and I end up walking back out with nothing in my hand because when I go in there, and I reach for it and I look at the package, I read the back and it say high fructose corn syrup. But the thing that stick out to me, I was like, I know high fructose corn syrup is bad. So I'm like, boom, I put it right back. Then I go to my next thing and I might be a sandwich, ice cream sandwich. I pick it up and I see that high fructose corn syrup. I'm like, every freaking thing got it in it, like even the drinks. I'm like, I mean, I know that's bad for us. All right, so this is the research I found out. That high fructose corn syrup is actually processed um, in the body than regular sugar. And what happens in the body regularly, I kind of wrote this kind of fast, but it's processed in the body. Okay, it processes in the body quicker than sugar, and what happens in the body, it regularly makes you store fat. It stores fat in your body quicker than regular sugar, than other sugars. High fructose corn syrup stores in your body quicker than other sugars. It stores as fat. That's what I'm trying to say. And when you regular eat it, it stores fat. It increases inflammation. If anybody know by now, if you didn't know, I'm about to tell you. So now you know that inflammation in the body is not a good thing, y'all. It's really not. So it's something that we should avoid for like that better health. All right. And this we're what I mean, you're gonna have to put two and two together because sometimes I'll be concerned about what I say and getting slapped by the powers that be. But some of this stuff you're gonna have to read in between the lines. But inflammation is bad. We know that. And high fructose corn syrup causes inflammation. So you're gonna have to put two and two together on that one. All right. So I found out that agave, yeah, okay, inflammation is the primary risk of Alzheimer's disease, and that's the 2 plus 2 equals 4. I found out that agave, and this one kind of broke my heart. I'm not gonna lie. And it's like when I when I when I seen this, I'm like, should we do a part two? Because I had really planned on bringing you the alternative sweetener to go to. I really did because I need to read my notes just so we don't keep so I can keep it on track. But and then I guess I had my little rant after that. But I just found out that agave is processed somewhat like high fructose corn syrup. So avoid it. All right. And this, yeah, where I shook my head when I seen that. And this is like I said, I was up to 3 a.m. Putting this information together for y'all. Got up at 6, so I only got like 3 hours of sleep. Finding out, gathering this information, and that really broke my spirit. Like for real, because I use that every freaking day. I got a certain tonic, and that was this week's theme. And my tonic that I take every day, that would be the first drink I drink every day. We talked about cayenne pepper. We talked about salt, the good salt, the Celtic salt. We talked about cinnamon, the good cinnamon, and how the other cinnamon mess up your liver. But my sweetener to make me want to drink it and even taste halfway good. It tastes decent. It don't bother me. It was because of agave, and I've been doing that so long, like years and years and years. So it's making me rethink and probably saving me somehow because I know I'm going to investigate and switch how I do things. And might add an extra 10, 20, 30 years on my life. You know what I'm saying? Just this information. So let me keep up with my notes so I don't over over talk myself. So yeah, I just said I'm gonna look into it more. Cause guess what? I've been doing for the last couple of years. I overtalk myself. Guess what I've been doing for the last couple of years? Eating and drinking agave and my tea every day. And from the information I got, I recently said local. And from the information that I recently I got, it said that local honey is better. So I'm gonna do more research personally, and I suggest you do the same. That's in my notes. From
Get
the
it from
videos that
Dayton.
I from the video, what you say, China? You want to chime in or something?
Don't get your local honey from Dayton. Like if it's locally grown in Dayton, you don't want to get it in Dayton because Dayton is a valley, and so it has to do with the airflow. So you want honey where the air is blowing through. Like maybe like Indiana blowing through because what happens in Dayton is is a valley and so it drops down. So you want your bees, especially well maybe that's just when you're dealing with allergies, but I think it's better. That's what the beekeeper was talking to me about.
Okay.
All right.
So we're gonna have to.
There for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Look into when research it, also understand what region and stuff like that means. It helps with your allergies when the air go through, but when it's in a valley, that's not the honey you want because everything
Mm,
settles in a valley.
okay. And
Mm-hmm.
so that definitely gives us something to think about, y'all. Like I said,
Thank
I
you,
don't
because
have
I
all the
suffer from
answers.
allergies.
Like I said, I don't have all the answers, but like in this community we built, we trying to each one teach one and figure this thing out, y'all, because it's gonna take a village and not just for kids. All right, so from the videos I watched, according to my notes, honey locally made is good. You're gonna have to do your own research because China's just chimed in and said from the valley it ain't what's up. All right, so also something that came to my attention was organic maple syrup. And then I found out it has also magnesium in it, so that's a good thing. That's definitely a great thing. Then allulose, like I said, you're gonna have to do your own research. I heard it's 90% fewer calories and it won't spike your blood sugar. Allulose. I had never heard of allulose until I did this research. All right, so I want y'all to watch a few of these videos I found, and this is where we kind of switch it up. I need to go over into my computer and I need y'all to make sure we're gonna try to do this quickly. That the I'm gonna play a couple of these videos. We used to do this in the beginning, but we found out the YouTube wouldn't allow us to hear the audio, so I had to download these to my computer. And so I'm about to switch. Y'all can hear my video, my audio okay? And y'all can see me?
Yes, see you and hear you.
All right, awesome. And now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen so you can let me see. Is this it? Shoot. I want to share my full screen. Okay, I think this is it. Yeah, y'all should be able to see my screen. What's on my screen? And I'm gonna play a couple of these videos. Let me know if the sound is on. Sugar's a place. The Is sound on?
Yes.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna let these play, and then we're gonna talk a little bit after. Here we go. Sugar is a place. The body was never designed to consume as much sugar as we do. So as we consume so much sugar and empty calories, the sugar attaches itself to the proteins in our body. We end up having our immune system look at this protein glucose glycosylated molecule as a foreign body, and it causes an inflammatory reaction. So sugar causes inflammatory impact in the brain, in the heart, other parts of the body. So one of the very first things, if someone has cancer, you tell them is stop all glucose intake, all sugar intake, right? And sugar isn't just your sugar-coated cereals. It's white bread, it's white rice, it's things like that. All right, the next one should play right up.
Sugar is the root. Bible should say sugar is the root of all evil, not the love of money. Because I don't think people are dying because they love money, but they are dying from blood sugar. You know, our sugar consumption since 1964 has gone up 400-fold. And, you know, we know now, for example, that a lot of mental and psychiatric illness has its root in blood sugar. For example, you know, we know now that Alzheimer's disease is type 3 diabetes. It's insulin resistance in the brain. Right? I mean, the brain is so crack addicted to sugar that it secretes its own insulin. Right? Most even physicians think, no, the pancreas is the only place, the beta cells, the islets in the pancreas is the only place that insulin's made. That's not true. The brain makes its own insulin. It is crack addicted to sugar. And when the brain wants sugar, the brain gets sugar, right? The brain's nasty. It's like a little Kim Jong-un of dictators. It just sits up there and it takes everything for itself. If it wants calcium, it'll leach it from the bones. If it wants amino acids, it's from lean muscle. And if it wants sugar, it'll activate a receptor on the back of the tongue called the RF1A2 receptor, which also provides a dopamine ding for giving it sugar. The trick is you have to swallow.
All right, should play the next one.
The three worst sugars for your brain. Sugar number three, people actually think it's healthy for them, but it's not. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Robert Love. I'm a neuroscientist. I have a medical clinic in Florida where we are reversing Alzheimer's in our patients. We tell patients to avoid these three sugars completely because not only are they bad for the body, but they're actually damaging the brain and can increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Sugar number one, people will fight me on this one, but the data is very clear on this one. It is aspartame and other artificial sweeteners. Why are these so bad for the brain? Well, a longitudinal study of 9 years in France, 100,000 people, they followed 100,000 people for 9 years. What they found was that those who ate foods and drinks with artificial sweeteners, for example, aspartame, had a 69% increased risk of type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is a major risk factor of Alzheimer's disease. So by consuming artificial sweeteners, this can increase the risk of type 2 diabetes long term, and that can increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Sugar number two, this one might be the worst. It is high fructose corn syrup. Any ultra processed food or any food you eat that says high fructose corn syrup, avoid. Why? Well, high fructose corn syrup is actually processed in the body differently than regular sugar. And what happens is the body regularly stores this as fat. So when you consume foods that have high fructose corn syrup, that is stored as fat, and high fructose corn syrup increases inflammation. Inflammation is one of the primary risk factors of Alzheimer's disease. Sweetener number three. This one's a surprise to most people because they think it's healthy for them, but it's not. This is agave. What?
Yeah, that broke my spirit, y'all. I swear that's what I eat, drink every day with my tonic. But let's go.
It's agave or agave syrup so bad for your brain. Well, agave actually is essentially high fructose corn syrup. It's high fructose corn syrup masquerading or disguised as a health food. And so agave is processed very similarly in the body to high fructose corn syrup. So avoid agave. If you want a natural sweetener, you can do local honey, keep it small. You can do organic maple syrup. That actually has magnesium in it. Or you can do, my favorite is allulose. Allulose is now available in crystal sugar, and it's also available in syrup. Allulose is 90% fewer calories than regular sugar, and it won't spike your blood sugar. It's absolutely delicious. I love you. God bless you.
Okay, I think I got one more, but
The sugar when you eat it, a donut, piece of bread, doesn't matter, Kool-Aid, Dr. Pepper. Did you know that when you swallow sugar, they have known for 70 years that it goes inside your bone marrow and it suppresses within 45 minutes your body's ability to produce white blood cells that fight infections like bacteria, yeast, viruses, funguses, and parasites. Did you know that it literally shuts off your immune system and makes you more susceptible to viruses, all infections? And did you know that they compared sugar to prednisone? Prednisone is a steroid. And do you know that its job is to suppress your immune system? In fact, it's called an immune system suppressant. Did you know that sugar suppresses your immune system more than prednisone does? So if you're trying to fight an infection, if you're worried about the bird flu in the future, and I find out you're eating donuts and Pop Tarts and cereal in the morning, care about your health.
all right, I think that's the last. Yep, that was the last one. So let me go ahead and switch it back over to the let me switch it back over to the phone. Yeah. All right, so y'all can hear me and see me okay? Hold on, switch it back over.
Yes, we can see you and hear you.
Thank you very much. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that more and change up my sweetener and see what's better because it's gonna really mess me up if I don't have some type of sweetener in my tea and my tonic that I drink every day. Um, and I personally want to, look into this more, and I would highly suggest that you look into it more too. Yeah, it kind of, yeah, that one messed me up, and I recently just figured this out within the last hour, trying to put all this information together for y'all. Um, so yeah, do this for your future self and those you care about. Do the research. Also, yeah, if you want to figure out what I find out when it comes to what sweeter is better for your body, it's two things. Make sure you subscribe. If you're on YouTube and seeing that replay, go ahead and subscribe. That's one. And two, that YouTube channel. And two, join the Best Self community on Facebook because I put like way more content inside that group. And then you can hop on the Zoom and we talk about these topics that you don't see on the replays. We actually talk for 30 to 40, sometimes 50 minutes before and after on different topics that we're not even covering on the replays. All right. So I'll put that link somewhere where you can find it. So look for that link in the comment section or in the description part or something. I'll put it where you can find it. And yeah, if you don't see it, just comment and I'll put it there where you can click on it. All right. So today's questions are: first one, what's one food you've been eating for years that you never taken the time to research? That's question one. Write that in the comment section or in your journal. What's one food you've been eating for years that you never taken the time to research? All right, next question. How often do you read the ingredient labels before buying something? I told you, like, I'll be scared to turn around the thing, especially when I really want it or I'm really craving something. And side note, like I had read in a book somewhere that the worst time, just like when you go to the store, the worst time to actually go grocery shopping is when you're hungry. Also, to add on to that, I found out that the worst time to make a decision, which would be buying some food or getting some food, is when you're tired. You know, your discipline levels go drop, and I've discovered that. Like I can see, I'm visualizing many times. I go to the gas station after a hard day of working. I just want to grab something, and sometimes I'll be like, I'm not looking at the back. I know it's gonna have something on there. I shouldn't be. My body don't is not good for my body, but I grab it anyway. And I'm noticing a lot of times it's when I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? And just just to like another side note is maybe I should. You can do what you want to do, but maybe I think this will work for me. Just have an alternative ready. I have had some alternative uh recipes that I put together that don't take a lot. Like what's them seeds? Not sunflower, but pumpkin seeds. I've taken pumpkin seeds and made sure I had those containers right there as a replacement for the sweet. And that's what's messing me up, y'all. Messing up, kind of like blowing my spirit, is because I would take that pumpkin seed and put it with and mix it with agave, and that would be my sweet treat at the end of the day, instead of something else I thought was might have been bad for me. So we gotta figure that out. I gotta figure that out. We need to figure that out for ourselves. All right, so next question. What's one belief about nutrition you have accepted without ever questioning it? What's one belief about nutrition you have accepted without ever questioning it? For me personally, it's this agave. I heard it was good for us, and now I'm questioning it. Like I'm gonna have to dive deeper into figuring out like what's really going on with that. Like, is it really messing us up, or is that just one person saying that? Like, because I don't have the equipment to start evaluating my cells or the equipment to see the chemical reaction within my body, or you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to dive a little deeper on that agave. I thought it was good for us. All right, so final question: if your future self could give you one piece of health advice today, what do you think it would be? I repeat, if your future self could give you one piece of health advice today, what do you think that would be? All right, so them are the four questions for today. Write in your journal or write it down in the comment section where I can see it. All right, so today's best self challenge is pick one sweetener that you consume regularly and research it for 15 minutes minimum. Don't stop at one video. Read multiple sources, compare perspectives, look at both the benefits and the potential downsides. Then go in your pantry or in your refrigerator and read the 5 ingredient labels, and you might be surprised on how often one or many forms of sugar show up, because awareness is the first step towards better choices. All right, so this one kind of got me today. Yeah, this one kind of got me today. I don't know how you feel about it, but at this time, I just want to give thanks. I want to give thanks to the Creator, Source of Life. Just want to say thank you. You might call it God, Universe, Source. I just want to say thank you for another opportunity to grow, for another opportunity to learn, for another opportunity to become. Today we choose intention over autopilot, curiosity over complacency, discipline over excuses, health over habits that no longer serve us. We choose to ask better questions, to make better decisions, and to become better stewards of our minds, our bodies, our relationships, our resources, our future. Every healthy choice, every promise we keep to ourselves, every uncomfortable action we take is a vote for the person that we're becoming. We're grateful for where we are, while we're believing. There's so much more within us. Um, so don't wait for somebody someday. We begin today, Ashe. All right, with that in mind, we're gonna go ahead and stretch it out. Get ready to work out. A few minutes, quick minutes, high intensity workout. All right, let me take this off. And while we stretch it out, let's talk. How y'all feel about today's findings? Did y'all know about that? What's the feedback? I need some feedback on that one. Well, that one kind of messed me up. Go ahead and stretch it out. Gonna start with the cast. Y'all welcome to chime in. Y'all need some feedback.
But yeah, I knew about that. And I would say look up stevia too. You can grow stevia, but it's a 1 to 500 or 1 to 300 ratio. But you need very, very little of it. Like I
Okay.
4 ounce cup of tea, and I've taken a pinch of the leaf, dried out, and half my fingernail bed, and it sweetened the whole thing. It has a very strong aftertaste. That's why a lot of people don't like it. But I just feel like a lot of people don't like it because they don't know how to use it. Because when
Okay.
you use it properly, you usually don't have that strong aftertaste.
Okay.
And
Stevia. Okay.
Yeah, and the ones in the store, they cut it with so much stuff now. And you read the ingredients, should be like what? But and also I would say the way the sugar cane, if you eat a sugar cane, the way it processed through the body is not the same as when you eat white sugar. So it doesn't have that
Okay.
impact. Yeah. And then you can go down to the Second Street Market and get you some good maple syrup. You can start there as a resource to see if you like it. Um, what else did you say? Oh, I would say this. You know, right there, Kroger and I mean Gettysburg and Hoover. You know the train tracks that come through right there with the bakery
Mm-hmm.
factory. You ever looked at those trains?
What? Nah. Well, what's up?
Ever read them? They say corn syrup. Them big black trains, all of them are filled with corn syrup.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they got to come from somewhere, right?
I'm just saying they coming right through Dayton. I remember that when I had to start doing all that stuff, and I was just like, wow. I was like, because I went to the store like you back in the day, and I tried to fill up my grocery cart with foods, but when I was reading the labels, everything had corn syrup in it, and I can't eat corn. So, uh, I was like, wow. And I came out the store and I didn't have that many things. And I probably was having a day like you having a day, realizing I had to eat something. And then as far as your sweetener, have you thought about like right now, what's in season right now? We got apples coming up, we got pears about to come up in the fall. I'm not sure what's in right now there, but what I'm saying is you get you some really good food from the farmers market, and you do have to check your farmers market because their sources, not the farmers market itself, but like whoever you getting your stuff from, you want to check
Mm-hmm.
because I was at an organic farmers market one time somewhere, and I was asking a lady. I was asking like, well, where the apples come from, and they were just buying them from somewhere else, and I didn't want that. Like you can't always get, you might not always can get organic everything. And sometimes I choose not to buy organic, but because it's just a mess. Like I told my son, quit buying them organic eggs. It's a waste of money because them eggs is a joke. They put the cow
Mm-hmm.
and say, what's that thing called? They say grass fed, but they got the cows in the stall and dropping down grass for them to eat.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Stacy? I see you. We live
And
on
cows
YouTube.
fed. So just a couple of things to check out.
All right, that's what's up. Thanks for the feedback. Anybody else before we get this workout in? Make sure you stretched out.
Yeah, I appreciate the comment about that was education for me within itself about the honey because I was gonna start looking into the local honey because actually I do have allergies and it's seasonal. So we coming up on the fall, so that's probably gonna be falling in on me actually pretty soon when the
Mm-hmm.
seasons change, which we, kind of going into that end of the year seasonal change. But I appreciate that because I wasn't aware of that. And I'm like you on the agave because actually I didn't even know what I was buying because I look at a lot of things when I'm like saying, well, I won't call it the store, certain stores I go to, that section where they have different items like that, speaking of the agave, and I just happened to pick some up. I didn't know what I was picking up, but I just really started getting into that about a year ago because I was looking for an alternative to
Mm-hmm.
use as a sweetener because when I do my drinks I need it sweetened up a little bit. So thanks
Mm-hmm.
for bringing that to my attention. And I had actually started getting she mentioned stevia. I started getting into that too because I tell you what,
Okay.
and that's an eye opener in itself about sugar. Because say I would go out and when I eat, drink my coffee, it was always cream and sugar, cream and sugar. I still had to put a little bit of that regular sugar in there. But I
Mm-hmm.
can say honestly that within, I say the last 3 or 4 years, I really just backed off of it, and I feel a lot
Mm-hmm.
better for doing that. But if you think about it, that's just a natural habit. When you go out to eat, it's right there on the table. So you're going to
Right
reach
there
for
on the
it.
table.
It's
The
right there on the
bad
table.
stuff.
So can you
all the
think of
time.
that times how many times a day and how many years that's been building up in your system? So that
Right.
was an eye opener. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I appreciate your feedback. Anybody else want to go? Mm. I know Stacy, you just came in. I think Stacy came in. And I think Shay's still on. Y'all want to talk before we get this workout in? I was just doing a pre-workout to the hit workout. All right, going once, going twice. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. Well, huh?
Talking about sweeteners, if you use your seasons to your advantage, you can dry your stuff out and get that sugar. So you get a ripe banana, you can dry them out in your oven or get you a dehydrated and use that and make your own trail mix. So when you want that snack, you got to start making them. And a lot of the dried stuff you can make so you can actually have it in your pantry. So like how you went
Mm-hmm.
to the gas station where you can come home because you made you a cookie sheet full of your own little stuff or whatever like that. But yeah, sugars. I've been in classes. I've been in nutrition classes where I've been with people who have never had sugar or salt. Their parents didn't raise them on that. But
Oh, cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
and dry out your cherry. I dried out my cherries last year. Last season they were so good. That was my new candy. The bananas, that's good. I mean, you can dry out your stuff, your apple rings and stuff like that. And now you make your own trail mixes and stuff. And that'll be a way for people to, you know, fill in the gaps until you can. Because the thing is, the sugar is the parasites and the mucus and all of that stuff. So when until you clear all of that out, it is hard to get it under control. And that's just a fact.
Mm-hmm. All
Hey,
right, thank you for
speaking of
sharing.
bananas, what type of banana do you recommend? Because it's all kind of different name brands out there.
I don't have a recommendation on the type of banana. Um,
Okay.
I just if you can get access to stuff that the less distance your food travel, is a good start. And just looking at are they growing it and things like that. And if not, you can't. This in America is hard. This is a hard fight. And like how you were saying, you go down rabbit holes, and you can because you get upset and you look at it, but you just got to start somewhere. So common sense, you got to eat something. So what you going to eat and where you going to start at? And it's a process, so you just got to start. Maybe you can't, maybe you too food addicted right now. So what I say is just start with adding a bunch of good stuff to your plate. So if you eat whatever you eat today, so that way you can crowd out the bad stuff over time.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
And wean yourself off.
your sugar in it. Oh, do one on the wheat next time.
On the what? On the wheat?
Yeah, do wheat so you can see that's crazy because it all boils down to the money.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. All right,
well,
we gonna move along. Get this quick heart cardio in. All right. Timer set. We're gonna start with jumping jacks. Here we go. Move it or lose it. Imagine being able to do this when you're 80. Better than what you're doing right now. Picture that. With better health than you got right now. I put a video in the best self group. Not sure who's seen it. Go ahead and check that out. It's a woman in there, 80 years old. She looked like she's 50. She looked better than a lot of 40-year-olds I know. All right, so go ahead and move it. Active rest. All right, let's go ahead and do them burpees, get them out the way. Here we go. All right, active rest. We're gonna do my favorite next, and that's that skaters. Here we go. Touch a toe. Boom. Boom. Do the best you can. Treat yourself with thank you. Active rest. Last one, we're gonna do our jumps. And here we go. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and stretch it on out for 2 minutes. 2 minute stretch. Let's go ahead and do them calves. Stretch out your calves. Use the wall if you have one. All right. Go ahead and get this area right here. Stretch it on out. Stretch and prevent them Charlie horses and whatnot. Along with a good diet too, or a good living, probably the better word. All right, we're gonna stretch out this area right here on our back. So go ahead and go all the way to the floor. Touch your toes and grab your toes and get a better stretch in. Make sure your legs are straight. Go ahead and stretch it on out. Come on slow so you don't get dizzy. All right. Go ahead and stretch out the upper body. Use the wall, stretch it out. One side. All right, let's get the other side. Go ahead and get that neck. One side. Yeah, it's a good stretch. Ain't as stiff as it was yesterday. All right, down. Other side. All right, we good. All right, so one of the things I hardly ever see people do. Definitely didn't learn about this one in school. Shout out to Dr. Yaki Awaken about moving those lymph nodes manually. Lymph nodes is like the trash can of the body. They don't move on their own like blood do through our veins, our blood vessels. So sometimes we gotta physically move them, and this is how we do it. All right, we're gonna do the spot cans and work our way down. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Behind the ears, here we go. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Over to the side, collarbone. Here we go. Get right there in that bone right there. 2 fingers. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Under the armpit is good for women when it comes to that C word that rhymes on answer. That's what I was hearing. Here we go. Really dig in there. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're gonna hit the chest. Here we go. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Solar plexus right in here. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Really get in there. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Down. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. What if doing this added an extra 10, 15, 20, 30 years on your life? What if it's something to think about? Doing this research added that extra. Here we go up to the side. 1, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. If that's what you choose to do, if that's how long, much longer you want to live, of course. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, to me, it's about quality, quality of life. Yeah, it's cool if you want to go, but do you want to have a good quality life? Do you want to be free like of certain illnesses and sicknesses and stuff like that? And learning this kind of information and doing these kind of activities, that's what that's what we pushing here. All right, let's go ahead and get in that growing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Behind the kneecaps. Here we go. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because I think about my grandfather. We just talked about him with the Alzheimer's. When I found out about him having Alzheimer's, and between that and the time he actually passed, it was a good 15, 20 years. So what if he did some of this stuff, stayed away from the bad sugars? And we did it 2 + 2 = 4. What if he did that and that was it? The reason why he had the Alzheimer's. Don't you think he would have wanted that? Being able to recognize his grandchild. I mean, it kind of like messed me up. Like, damn, you don't even remember me. Like, man. All right. So it's about that quality. You don't have to be like the length. The quality of life is what we pushing. All right, where was we at? Tap. We tapping everything. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Back in the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, let's go ahead and wake that body up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One last time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. All right, go ahead and they say the calves pump the blood through your body. Let's go ahead and pump that blood. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 22, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 30. All right, good, 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 good. All right, on this last part of this meetup on the outside, because we probably gonna stay on the inside for a few more minutes. Yeah, and by the way, that's a shameless plug. If you want to be a part of the Best Self community, go ahead and look for a link or something, or ask me for a link. We on Facebook. You can do a search, Best Self Community, and go ahead and join. You can be on the live Zooms with us if you like. We start at 8 a.m. Eastern. All right, so on this last part, we're gonna talk about our goals. We're gonna talk about our goals on the health side and on the wealth side. All right, so what are they? Write that in the comment section, but definitely if you don't, write it in your journal. These are the things that we need to be thinking about daily. Forget worrying about a New Year's resolution. It's about the now. All right. So what are your goals? Where do you want to end up? Where do you want your future to play out? How do you want it to play out? But more importantly, what's the action step that you're gonna take to get there? All right. Write that down. What action step are you gonna take towards health? This could be a part of that. And what action step you gonna take towards wealth or getting your money up? And I do realize that ain't everybody's goal is the money side, but something, say something, you know, uh, that say something that you like finances. It might be to get a better job or get more money or get a side hustle or get some passive income. I know that ain't for everybody, but yeah, say something. All right, that's what we got for today. All right, make sure you take action as always. Stay focused, learn something all the time, take action. We're gonna see you on the next one.